Hey guys, welcome to Solo the Nightfall for week 25, where we're going to Mars for Cerberus Vae 3. Our modifiers are Lightswitch, Angry, and Juggler, so for the second week in a row, we are left without a burn modifier. My loadout starts with Fang of Ear Ute, Icebreaker, and the Swarm. Yes, I am aware that Fang of Ear Ute is an elemental primary, but there are no enemies with arc shields in this strike. Therefore, it doesn't matter, not to mention that I switch out the weapon for my Badger CCL shortly into my run. My Icebreaker does some swapping with Black Hammer, and my Void Swarm machine gun is there for taking out Scions. So the first part is outside with the 3 guards before the Goliath tank. We're greeted by some Scions and a Colossus. Just keep your distance. Keep your distance is basically the theme of this entire Nightfall run because of all the potential to be instant killed by melee. We have 2 Centurions on the left side who are very annoying, but since there's no solar burn like there usually is, you can get a little aggressive with them and not be at too much risk. There's also a Colossus in the middle of the area who can be killed from a very far distance. Just kill everything in the area, keep your distance, and be very careful of the Scions as they can lay a lot of unexpected damage very quickly. After you kill the first guard, the dropship is going to come in. If you have rockets, now would be a great time to get them out so you can blast everything as it jumps out of the ship. I do something similar with my grenade. When you've killed as much as you can before the guards start walking up the ramp, jump out of the building and use the back area towards where the Goliath tank jumps out. The biggest threats here are the Scions and the spawn coming from the opposite side of the ship. You're going to have 2 Legionnaires and a Centurion, all of them being major. The Centurion is a big pain in the ass, so try and burst it down as fast as possible. You're also going to have a non-major Colossus in the same spot as the major Colossus that you just killed before this, but he's not bad to take down. All of this is just really a test of your patience. If you rush this part, you're putting yourself under very high risk. Make sure that you do not kill the guards until everything else is dead, as killing the guards will trigger the next part of the strike, regardless of how many other enemies are left alive. After the guards are dead, we will move to the Goliath tank. With a Black Hammer, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Without one, it'll just take a little bit longer. I highly suggest having sound on for this part. It'll really help hearing those rockets that the tank shoots when you can't see the tank because the rockets still one-shot you regardless of burn. Sometimes the tank is going to get stuck up close to the rock directly in front of you, like what's happening in this clip right now. You're going to have to do some risky moving around to get it unstuck so that you can actually see its weak points, and even then you're not going to have a lot of time to pop some shots, so just stay vigilant and stay patient. You need to destroy all of the weak points to kill the boss. You can't just shoot the tank anywhere you want to kill off the small remainder of its health should you put yourself into that situation. You need to kill all 4 points. Moving past the tank, we'll move to the last room before Valis. Here it's just more being cautious and staying back. There's a couple of majors here on the right, so don't just go full Rambo when you come in here. Nothing here is going to come into your melee range unless you go to the enemy, so just stay back. The most annoying thing here is the Centurion near the entrance of the boss room, but generally you can save it for last. Scions are going to be the killer here once again, so stay back. Valis is where things get interesting. The first 75% of its health is actually not that bad. The first 25% I stay on the side that I came in on and just pop shots on him, while also killing any adds that spawn during the fight. The first 25% is definitely the easiest because you don't really see that many enemies spawn, and the ones that do spawn are pretty easy to kill. The next 25% gets a little trickier. I rotate over to the opposite side. The next 25%, so from 50 to 25%, is a bit rougher because you need to worry about the Scions and all the other adds that spawn during the fight. The concept is still the same as the first 25%, kill adds and pop shots on Valis, but the problem is that no matter how many enemies you kill, they're always going to respawn, which is what makes this fight so difficult. Adds don't stop spawning, ever. It's just a constant stream of Scions, major Scions, Phalanx, and major Phalanx. It doesn't matter what the timer is, what the boss's health is, you will always be dealing with a ton of very deadly enemies. The Scions have an incredibly long-range melee attack, which, if you're not level 32, I think one-shot you. Any Phalanx melee attack will likely one-shot you as well. but even that third 25% of his health is nothing compared to the final 25%. Now, I like to play the long con. I like to be able to deal with scions easily since they can kill you so quickly, but for this last 25%, I suggest taking out a rocket launcher and chugging a lot of heavy ammo packs. If you have Yallarhorn, even better. The long con is a very difficult game to play with Valis during the last 25% of his health because he wanders around the room. This means that you're constantly putting yourself in danger, and when you finally do get a second to breathe, you can only shoot Valis a few times before you need to start moving to another safe spot again. I haven't gotten to try the heavy ammo chug fest method myself too much, but I really think it's going to be your best chance for those few moments when you can shoot Valis. You're going to want to dump as much damage as you possibly can onto him, and rockets are really going to do the trick there. Or you could just use a cheese spot like I assume 99% of the population is going to use, of which there are plenty of videos showing where said cheese locations are. Anyway guys, that is how you should solo the Nightfall. I wish you the best of luck should you choose to not cheese it, and by wish you the best of luck, I literally mean you, that one guy who is insane like me. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.